Hello, everybody. Good morning. This is Dr. Rao. I had this discussion on vacation on Coach Kate's room, and I was talking about how vacations can be fun, but at the same time, they can be the strengthening of your self knowledge if you are on that path. That is knowing your real spiritual self. That knowledge about where you are spiritually, right? For that, you got to drop what you have developed, the worldly self, the ego, the personality, and all that, right? So, if you are doing this practice on a daily basis, then vacations can be your real boosters for this because you are away from the rat race, from the drudgery, from the worldly affairs, right? At least temporarily. And the challenge for most people is to be free of this worldly affairs, whatever we are doing while vacation, right? But uh, something completely new, something takes you away, like a valley, like a big mountain or big waterfalls or something huge in front of you, helps you to put that kind of chattering worldly mind to rest and to really experience our real inner peaceful self that is there, but people usually have a glimpses of it in their lifetimes, you know. But somebody who has touched that, who is there in that peaceful inner spiritual self, those people can enhance this while vacation. That's the point I'm trying to make. Okay, so uh, generally, people are immersed in their jobs or in whatever endeavor they want to produce goods or to produce services and to make money and then enjoy it and sensory pleasure and expression of your mind and all that, right? That's all okay, but if it's not going well and it is a struggle, then you struggle more and you get deeper and deeper into the worldly affairs. And then you don't have the peace of mind. You don't have the um, experience of joy, you know. And so people have it rarely, but most of the time, uh, kind of not happy or anxious or maybe kind of down on themselves and all that, right? So those kind of things happen. And then people want to get away, take a vacation, go away from this rat race, and then they kind of find themselves slowing down, able to stay in a beach and watch the sunset, take enough time to be able to watch it, and then calm enough inside so that things are much easier for them, right? And then they come home claiming that they are refreshed, rejuvenated, and ready to get back into this. And then sometimes that is so quick the, to take over your spiritual self, right? And then again back to the grind, back to the rat race, and then we kind of feel the same unhappiness that we felt before the vacation. So but the vacation can be where you just dump all the work related or business related things and focus your mind on what is in front of you and enjoy that. If it's really like a big deal, like a valley or like a mountain, like a forest, like whatever it is that you have to immerse yourself, that's why they take these rides at the amusement parks, right? Great America, whatever, Disney World, and all these rides, they take your breath away. They take your chattering mind away. So you feel thrilled, and then with that experience, you have a lot of these hormones that are coming in, and adrenaline flowing, and then you kind of briefly forget your lower self that has been operating on you all this time. So that is the aim of many ancients, where they don't have to have something bigger, but then they have this method of keeping their outward life simple, and then sitting down and then turning their mind inward, and then look at the thoughts and emotions, everything that is going through them, and then transform them um, into something much bigger. Okay, like they are realizing the inner bigger self, which is really peace itself, really happiness itself, really the joy itself. Okay, once they touch that, then nothing in the world phases them. Whatever difficulty, whatever the pleasure or luxury they have, everything is very minimal to them compared to the joy they experience. But many people are occupied with making a living, making something outwardly, and then chasing after that to give them happiness and joy. Okay, that's a myth. That's where pursuit of happiness is questioned. Do you have happiness out there to pursue and get it in things and in achievements, in accumulations, or do you have that peaceful, happy self within yourself, which manifests as outward joy and pleasure, right? Once you distinguish that and land up in that inner happiness, you are really made it as a human being, because human beings have this intelligence to really study their own mind, to really understand how that reacts and keep it under control. This was elevated to real big deal in ancient times, and they pursued it. But unfortunately, we are not really following that. So that's why this self knowledge is very important in ancient times, and knowing the self, uh, they were able to develop detachment to outwardly. So that's a very very important way of life and message, even for the modern people. So if you are able to really take some time every day and then turn inward, study your own mind and study your own emotions. Don't be judged. Don't say this is good, that's not good. But then you will end up knowing about yourself, that is developing. If you are not really landed in that worldly self that everybody looks to it, then you are really able to really understand what's the worldly life, what are the limitations, why we are so miserable in that, and then turn to our real self. And then landing in that, you can perform your worldly duties, but you can remain your joyful, really giving self. So what happens then is you are happy by yourself, but then you are able to serve the world, help the world in a way non egotistical, and really with compassionate care and love in our heart, and share not in a dominant way or dominating way like I know you don't know, but more like a empathetic way, understanding the sorrows, understanding the troubles that people go through, and then give them relief from those. Okay, that kind of thing is what I was telling people about. Vacation can be every night. So you can vacate your mind at the end of the day of all the things that you went through in the world. Like all the, for example, I get angry with my staff, or I'm irritated with a patient, or I am really impatient with an administrator. These things happen, right? But if I can be aware of them and watch those reactions at the end of the day, I have vacated my mind. That is the vacation that I take every day, vacating my own mind with all these things that otherwise they form the highways of hard wiring and then they repeat. But once I realize, so it's kind of a understanding my own self in relation to the life during the day, and then looking at how I am doing it. Not that I should be this, I can be this. No, what actually I am doing. Suppose I got angry, don't deny that is bad or that is something I shouldn't do. Just to see that you got angry, and then see that reaction. Yeah, and progressively, what happens is you'll be doing it as it is happening, and then later on you can be very non-reactive, but at the same time really focused on responding to the challenges of the life, right? So you can use regular life with reactions as a mirror of who you are exactly now. You may be realized later, but at this time, what is happening? Okay, and that is what the vacationing every day for the mind. Vacate it and then take the vacation from the world affairs and sleep on it, sleep on that vacated mind, and then get up in the morning and face the world completely. Now you are more armed with what you should react, what you should not. So that reflection, that kind of emptying the mind, helps you to deal with the next situation as it arises in the life. Okay, so there's a lot more in it, but I was talking on vacation with my friend, Coach Kate, for the last 3 days. She's running a series on Mumbai. I liked that very much. I was going there, contributing what I know about vacations. So what I used to do is I used to take regular vacations with kids and my wife. We went to different places. One time we went to California. We want to go to Ohio, which is a place where Krishnamurti used to come and give these lectures for 5,000 people under the tree. So there is a library and there's something now that we have passed. There's a school and there are people that I know, Mark Lee and other people. So I wanted to show them, even though they are not into the deep philosophy of J. Krishnamurti, but I wanted to introduce them to Chris. But we also went to California, Disneyland. My kids were like a 10 year, 12 years, something like that. So they enjoyed that. And then I took to Ohio, which is in the middle of several hills, 90 miles from Los Angeles, right? And that's the place where you go and you revive what is happening with Krishnamurti's teachings and what is your understanding, how you can make your family at least see some of the bits. One of the things I told them was, you are physically taking a vacation, but I do this vacationing at the end of each day. So that I introduce them to the term of at least at the end of the day, don't spend with the devices, but shut them off during that period. Just look at what I had done in the day. How did I behave? How did I encourage people or entertain people or help people or really crushed people? Whatever that went on to the day, review that at the end of the day. And then finish it off. Suppose you are angry with somebody, replace the anger with forgiveness. Okay, that's okay. He may have lack of understanding or whatever. Let them be, and I'm not going to carry that animosity against him because of that. And then forgive and forget. That kind of heals you and helps you to be stronger too. So I kind of introduce them to the concept. Don't carry on all these things as though they are permanent. This is what yoga teaches you. Don't cling on to this temporary affair. And okay, so you don't have a saint for that. You just develop a good, decent human being qualities of letting go, taking it easy, and then you yourself don't want to behave like that. So that kind of, and then if you can do that and sleep, that will be much better for you than carrying on that without doing anything. This is a small scale you can do on a daily basis. You don't have to put yourself against any standard. but the small things that you want to review and them, maybe develop some gratitude because you are able to forgive, or gratitude because you are not harmed by him or you didn't harm somebody, and all those small things you can recall, and you can build on that forgiveness and gratitude and hopefulness and all that. Thereby you kind of eliminated the mind going into your heart in a negative way, but you kind of encouraging the mind qualities to develop good ones that will then make you more like a heartful person. Okay, that means you are full of kindness, compassion, and gentleness and goodness, right? The goodness flowering out of this review is a small amount is good enough. You don't have to carry the I'm so good, that egoic nature. I'm not encouraging that. I'm encouraging the ego merged in the heart, mind placed in the heart. Then you become a heartful person. But you can be sharp intellect. You can be have a very big memory. You can actually your intellect acts better because it's so sharpened, so seasoned, and it has the balance of the heart behind it. So whatever knowledge you have, you use it for the service of people, not for business transactions, which is okay. People can do that for their running the business, but where is your heart? How do you bring it into your whatever you do? So vacationing daily is very good for your self-knowledge on the long term. This is for people who are interested in the self-knowledge. If you don't understand, that's fine too. It may come to you later. But those people who are on the quest of self-knowledge towards the spirituality, where you are liberated from the rat race, mundane things, and everything that we kind of value outwardly, that kind of drops. Eventually, I've seen this. The people who are very successful, that a lot of money, a lot of accumulations, a lot of writings, a lot of fame, a lot of name, they have this emptiness. They have this, I want to do more. I don't know what it is. Even the Nobel laureates, they after the Nobel laureation has come to them, they felt, what else is there? Do you know several of these Nobel laureates committed suicide because they felt empty and they don't know what else to go beyond their achievements. So your happiness is not in outwardly achievements, outwardly accumulations, outwardly activities, but your happiness reflects in them. That is inward, inside. This is where quest for happiness, pursuit of happiness is wrong. Okay, once you understand that, then you land up in that happier self of yours, and then world looks completely different. You can enjoy things, but at the same time, you can also take problems that come at you. So the unawareness of success, failures, all those things will be equanimously faced by the people who have realized their true self. And to realize the true self, you have to sacrifice the egoic self. That is the problem with most of us. Okay, so hopefully that makes some sense to you. And if you have any questions, anybody wants to come up, I'll be happy to answer. So try to use vacations not just for a break, not just for renewing our physical energy, and not just for sleeping better because you don't have a chance to sleep while you're working, and having family relationship, bonding with the children, and all fine, all of them fine. But then also use this vacation to understand your real self, what you really are, what not what your intellect says. I'm this, I'm that. No, bury all of that, and then only you can see your real self, who you are. Don't deny whatever it is, and then you leap from that smaller self to the bigger self that is within you. You kind of have to die to the old self. Basically, you have to end as you are, as a smaller self, to realize the bigger. And the self-knowledge is the way. And vacation can be very helpful to that. But then I do vacation every day. Vacate your mind every night. Okay. All right. With that, I will end this talk, and I will see you again as the time opens up. Otherwise, regularly at 8 p.m. Okay. Thank you.